AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Our guy Shaq. He says about the game, the end of game 2. This is why the NBA people think the NBA is rigged. Because of the Knicks game. This is why he thinks the NBA is rigged, or why people think the NBA is rigged.
This is why people think the NBA game is rigged. Last night, Tyrese Maxey's trying to take the ball out of bounds. Jalen pulls his jersey. The referee's standing right there. He doesn't call it. But, oh, wait, the next day, the NBA last 2-minute report. Yes, he was fouled. The ref didn't call it. But my question is, you admit it now, but what does that do for Philadelphia? Get rid of the last minute 2-minute report. And referees, pay attention.
So Shaq thinks the NBA, that people think the NBA is rigged because of a Knicks game in June or April of 2024. Shaq, where the hell have you been? Where have you been? What is he talking about? Does he know we were alive for when Tim Donaghy used to call his games? And the Sacramento Laker game is one of the most infamously bad calls ever, and made it and had us understand, like, wait a minute, yo, they gave all the free throws to the Lakers, and now there's a game 7. Bird, remember, this is Shaq and Kobe. See, this is the part nobody ever talks about with Shaq and Kobe, especially Shaq. Shaq was always overweight. Always overweight. If you look at his rebounding, we're talking about effort, right? The best rebounding season he ever had, I want to say, was his rookie season, and he was second in the league because Dennis Rodman was first, if I'm not mistaken. Right? You can look that up if you want to on your own time. Shaq shows no effort in like trying to be the top 5, top 10 guy. He's only in that list. He's only on anyone's list by default. Because he won the DNA lottery and he worked hard enough. He's a smart guy. I get all that. But the referees helped you, bro. How is it that the most dominant player in the game needed the referees' help still? The most dominant player to ever play basketball still needed the referees' help. And because of that, we knew and we learned as kids, opened our eyes up. Oh, wait a minute. They're really rigging these games? Because the refs let him file his way to the Hall of Fame. I never liked Shaq. I like Shaq. Knicks 100. But he talks like you had Penny Hardaway, you had Kobe Bryant, you had Dwayne Wade. He made a finals appearance with all of them. And no final appearances without them. We need to get rid of the 2-minute report for what? Someone like him that understands marketing more than anybody else. The 2-minute report is for nothing but marketing. Now we get to talk about this 2-minute report for like a week straight, for 2 days leading up to the next game. You know how genius that is? Had to put a 2-minute report out there. That was genius by Adam Silver. Very Vince McMahon like. I like it. Very Vince McMahon like. Put the 2-minute rule out there. What is it called? A 2-minute report, or what happened in the last 2 minutes of a game, to review it. Even though we have camera views, even though you could reverse calls, we're still going to put out a 2-minute report to get these fan bases going for 2 days. And we're going to start the biggest wars in the street between fan bases to promote this game. It's amazing. Amazing work by Adam Silver and the NBA. Shaq has some nerve just ever complaining about that. He also, remember, that same year was when Allen Iverson and the 76ers played against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks really should have played in the finals against the Lakers, and they were way more competition than the 76ers were. I was a big time Allen Iverson fan, but they rigged that. They suspended Scott Williams for Game 7. The Sixers center, and you don't think that means much, but or this suspended for Game 6 or Game 7, and then that was that trio. That's why I don't like George Karl. Remember, George Karl had those Sonics teams that went against Jordan. He didn't let Gary Payton guard Michael Jordan until like game 3 or whatever it was. The glove. I saw Jordan saying the glove. George Karl broke up that Bucks team with Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson, Tim Thomas coming off the bench, the fake Irvin Johnson with the big nose looking like a horse. He looked like a big ass horse. That was crazy. Irvin Johnson, the fake Irvin Johnson, looked crazy at the Bradley Center. Sam Cassell. I want to say no, Lindsey Hunter. Lindsey Hunter might have been on that team. Lindsey Hunter might have been on that team, but it was a dope. They gave the Lakers fits. Paul Pierce and them used to get, remember, anybody with a 2 guard used to go crazy on Kobe because Kobe was getting a lot of love. A lot of people don't talk about that. There was an evolution to the young Kobe Bryant, to the Mamba mentality, to the Mamba we all know about. There was an evolution to that. They let Shaq beat Mutombo all upside his head in the finals. To be honest, I mean, Mutombo, who knows what that birth certificate says? He's probably really 89 years old in the finals trying to keep up with Shaq, right? And he had no business. He looked like a rag doll compared to Shaq, bro. But the Bucks might have torched him. Listen, they wouldn't have gone, because remember, it wasn't like Sacramento. They weren't quite Sacramento, because Sacramento was a little bit better defensively. And I don't know if Bibby was there yet. But shout out to my guy Ryan. He was a big Ray Allen fan, so we used to watch all their Bucks games. Ray Allen was amazing. He loved playing against Kobe. And Glenn Robinson would have been a matchup problem for them, man. Tim Thomas could have snuck in there. Tim Thomas is a guy who's like a supernova or high school guy. Hey, he's one of the, to be honest, we gotta keep it real with him. He might punch me in the face. He's in New York, he's a Jersey guy. They all get cocky. I would love to tell him, like, yo, bro, you think way too highly of yourself. No disrespect. I mean, who am I? I'm on the pod. I'm on YouTube, right? So I can say these things though. But Tim Thomas was 6'10" with a handle. Incredible. Shaq, you got some damn nerve ever bringing up that we're the reason. The Knicks game is the reason why people think the NBA is rigged. Not the fact that Draymond Green kicks everybody in the side of their head and still comes back in the game. All because his partner in crime is the biggest star in the game, Steph Curry, next to LeBron James. If he's not playing alongside Steph Curry, there's no way possible he's allowed to roundhouse kick anybody and stay in the game. That doesn't happen. But you're telling me that is rigged because of the Knicks, because of one game with the Knicks. It's playoff basketball, man. Shaq has some of the worst takes in NBA history. Whine and cry, Knicks, and be too big and strong, all that physical tough talk. Bro, your man had one game. Yo, listen, I hope he makes it to game 4 for your sake. Sean D'Souza. You're French? Oh, I guess you're French. D'Souza. Sean D'Souza. You think you are? Your man is out here, Mr. Big and Strong, had 8 rebounds. He's a big bum, if we're being real. Your man is a big bum. He's a big baby. What you talking about? Man? Him and Cat. Who's the best big shooter ever? Shooting 30 shots a game. The only player in history to score 50 points in the playoffs with less than 20 shots. I wonder why. Because they got to give the big ogre all them points. Half of his nice pronunciation. Oui. Yeah, stop coming at us, bro. Your man's a big bum. If D'Souza himself, if he do say himself. Yo, I'm messing with y'all, man. I'm ups with y'all, brother. Sean de Souza, I never seen you before. If he do say to himself, yo, you crazy. I did want to get to oh right, before we go. One last thing with you, Shaquille. Talking all that smack, talking all that jazz. All that jazz with Kendrick Perkins, right? But in between all that jazz, excuse me, you let the cat out the bag, Shaquille.
Damn, Kendrick, you got me. Why you telling all my secrets? You're right. I don't watch a lot of games, but I watched this game. Mel McGee this week, but watch
You ain't make fun of Kendrick Perkins, but hold on a second. You heard what he said?
NBA on TNT.
You heard what he said there? And shout out to Self Talk, or I think it's the same guy. NBA Cinema, Self Talk, Around the Association. It sounds like the same guy. Got like 3 channels. Listen to what Shaq says.
We're about to check that out. Let's peek.
Damn, Kendrick, you got me. Why you telling all my secrets? You're right. I don't watch a lot of games, but I watched this game. No JaVale McGee this week, but watch Perkins with the tragic Bronson. Good pass, Perkins. And I watched this game. Check out the sweep behind the.
Yeah, you watch this game, that game. Okay, but he said
inside the NBA on TNT. We're about to check that out. Let's peek.
Damn, Kendrick, you got me. Why you telling all my secrets? You're right. I don't watch a lot of games, but I watched this game.
You're right. I don't watch a lot of games, but you get paid to watch a lot of games. DK. You don't watch a lot of games, but the one game you happen to watch is the reason why you think the NBA is rigged. Shaquille O'Neal, we don't believe you. You're a funny guy. You won the DNA lottery. Congratulations. But stop talking about us, bro. You don't have any real things to say. You lucked up in life. Congrats to you. You work hard. I don't want to keep elbowing you in the forehead about nonsense. But you don't watch basketball games. You just admitted it. Thank you, Kendrick Perkins, for weeding these guys out like the weasels that they are. He's not familiar with Perk's game. Exactly. He's not familiar with anybody's game because he doesn't watch. He definitely don't watch games like that. But we gotta harp on it. We gotta remind them that we watch the games and we're the real fans. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.